A faint shimmer filled the horizon, neither dawn nor dusk, just an in-between place where time seemed to exhale. You stand at the edge of a desert of quiet sand, feeling that some invisible hand has drawn you here. Every breath you take is softer than the one before. The air hums with the low tone of infinity, and somewhere beneath your skin, a voice whispers, "It is time to let go." You begin to walk. Each step presses lightly into the golden dust, and with each movement, you sense the weight of your old self peeling away, the habits, the fears, the identities that once defined you. The desert feels endless, yet peaceful, a sacred vacuum that draws out everything you no longer need. A breeze passes, warm and circular, wrapping around you as though the air itself were learning the shape of your surrender. Ahead rises a structure made of pale stone, half temple, half sanctuary, its walls gleaming with the color of the moon. No guards, no doors, only an opening that seems to breathe. As you enter, the light dims, but it doesn't disappear. It changes, folds, becomes intimate. The air smells of myrrh and rain on dry earth. You hear footsteps echoing, yet there is no one to see. You realize that this temple is not a place built by hands. It is the inner chamber of your own mind, calling you inward. At the center stands a single pedestal, and upon it rests a length of white cloth. It glows faintly, woven from threads of light and memory. You reach out, touching it with trembling fingers, and at once a warmth travels up your arm, a quiet recognition. The cloth does not represent confinement. It represents stillness, cocooning, the act of being held by silence itself. You hear the same inner whisper return. To awaken, you must first be still. You sit upon the cool stone floor, the fabric now resting across your lap. Around you, the air thickens into gentle radiance. The temple breathes in rhythm with your heartbeat. As you close your eyes, you notice how the light moves through your eyelids, soft and alive, forming shifting patterns that seem to speak without words. The patterns say, "Trust the light. Let it hold you. Let it remake you." Your breathing slows. Each inhale feels like it pulls light into your chest. Each exhale releases fragments of old shadows. The sound of your heartbeat merges with the hum of the temple, and slowly, you feel the boundaries of your body blur. There is no need to resist. The light wraps around you, not binding, but enfolding, layer by layer of radiance, like a cocoon made of serenity. Within this stillness, time dissolves. You are suspended in a luminous pause, aware and yet utterly free. Memories drift through the light like faint stars. A child's laughter, an old wound, the moment you learn to doubt yourself. Each one appears, then melts into brightness. You realize the light is not erasing you. It is refining you, burning away the illusions that were never truly yours. Inside this cocoon of silence, your identity becomes weightless. You begin to sense a new rhythm forming beneath everything, a pulse that belongs not to your body, but to the universe itself. In this timeless stillness, you feel something stirring, the beginning of transformation. The cocoon of light tightens slightly, not with pressure, but with purpose. It whispers in the language of energy, "Rest now." You are being rewritten. You surrender completely, letting go of even the thought of letting go. And as the last thread of thought dissolves into brightness, a single awareness remains, an unspoken truth echoing through the chamber of your soul. When the old self is still, the new self awakens. You float in that endless silence, wrapped in light that hums softly like a lullaby from the universe. No sense of up or down remains. You are neither asleep nor awake, only aware, suspended in pure being. For the first time, you feel what it truly means to be held by existence itself. Every pulse of brightness surrounding you is like the slow rhythm of an infinite heart. The voice of the temple returns, woven now into your breath. You have entered the chamber of stillness, it says, not in sound, but in vibration. Here, what you thought you were begins to dissolve. You sense the words ripple through your body, and each vibration loosens an old layer of thought. The you that carried burdens, the you that worried, the you that needed to control, all begin to melt into light. At first, it feels strange to let these parts go. You wonder what will remain once everything familiar is gone. Yet the light answers the question before you can form it. Only truth remains. The cocoon around you ripples, and images rise from within, visions of moments that defined your old self. You see yourself standing before a mirror, wearing masks built from expectations, fears, and memories. Each mask shatters as the light passes through it. You try to reach for one, but your hands no longer feel separate from the radiance that surrounds you. The light does not allow you to cling. It asks for total surrender, and as you yield, you feel a release so deep it hums through every cell, an echo of something ancient, like the first breath of creation breathing itself again through you. The space begins to shift. The cocoon becomes transparent, and through its translucent glow, you glimpse forms moving in the distance. Shadows at first, then luminous figures wrapped in similar light. They move with calm intention, each carrying an aura of timeless grace. You sense that they are guides, beings of transformation who dwell within the architecture of consciousness. They do not speak aloud. Instead, they project warmth, understanding, and recognition. One steps closer. Its light pulses gently, synchronizing with yours. When it touches your field of energy, a cascade of sensations floods through you: empathy, wisdom, infinite patience. You recognize this presence, not as something external, but as an aspect of yourself long forgotten. The guide communicates. Every being carries its own initiator within. We are what you call forth when you are ready. The moment deepens. The guide lifts a hand, and the cocoon's outer shell shimmers. Threads of light unwind, not breaking, but transforming into streams of color that spiral gently through the air. The unraveling feels like waking up after a long, heavy dream. You realize the cocoon was never a prison. It was a bridge. A sacred transition between who you thought you were and who you are becoming. The guide gestures toward the horizon of light beyond, where an open gate flickers in the distance. The gate is vast yet delicate, made entirely of vibrating energy. It pulses in rhythm with your heart. Beyond this gate lies the Hall of Mirrors, the guide conveys. There you will meet the fragments of your mind and call them home. You feel both ready and uncertain. Part of you still trembles, wondering if you can face yourself so completely. The guide senses this and smiles, a gesture made of warmth, not form. Fear is only the shadow of awakening, it says. Walk through it, and it will vanish. You begin to move forward. The last strands of the cocoon unwind, and you rise effortlessly, weightless as breath. The light beneath you ripples like water, carrying you toward the gate. Every motion feels guided by an unseen current. Around you, the other luminous figures bow their heads, their energy forming a chorus of silent blessings. As you approach the gate, your perception expands. You see entire galaxies spinning inside its arch. You feel history folding into future, thought merging with silence. You take one last breath of the desert wind that once surrounded you, though it feels lifetimes away now. Then, with a gentle pulse of intention, you step through. The light changes instantly, denser, deeper, more personal. You find yourself standing in a vast hall that stretches beyond comprehension. Its walls shimmer like mirrors made of consciousness itself. Each one reflects not your outer face, but inner echoes, versions of you formed by every choice, every fear, every dream you ever held. You understand now, this is where rebirth begins, not by becoming something new, but by gathering all the forgotten pieces of what you have always been. And from somewhere within this cathedral of light, a voice rises, your own, yet ancient. To be whole, you must remember what you have forgotten. The Hall of Mirrors hums with quiet power, as if the air itself carries memory. You take your first step forward, and the ground beneath you glows softly in response. The mirrors on either side ripple like liquid silver, reflecting not just your image, but the shifting essence of your mind. The silence is not empty. It's alive, vibrating with the stories of everything you've ever been. You pause before the first mirror. The surface clears, and you see yourself older, weary, burdened by the weight of striving. The eyes staring back hold exhaustion, the kind that comes from trying too hard to be everything for everyone. For a moment, your chest tightens. The reflection feels too real, too familiar. Then the voice of the guide echoes faintly inside your thoughts. Do not turn away. Each reflection is a key. Accept what you see, and it will dissolve into light. You meet your reflection's gaze and whisper, I see you. I forgive you. At once, the mirror vibrates, and the image shatters soundlessly into mist. Threads of silver drift toward you, merging into your chest as warmth. You feel something open inside, a gentle reclaiming. The heaviness that once lived behind your ribs fades, replaced by clarity. You walk on. The next mirror glows a deep shade of indigo. When it clears, you see a version of yourself filled with anger. The reflection clenches its fists, jaw tight with unspoken pain. This is the self that fought against injustice, that raged against feeling powerless. You step closer. You were protecting me, you say softly. But I no longer need to fight everything. You can rest now. The angry version breathes out, its shoulders releasing years of tension. Then it too dissolves into radiant smoke, joining the current of energy flowing through you. The warmth builds, growing into a rhythm that matches the pulse of the hall itself. You realize this journey is not about escaping the past, but embracing every piece of it until nothing remains unloved. You continue, passing mirror after mirror. In one, you see the child who once dreamed freely before fear found a voice. In another, you see the doubter, the skeptic, the one who needed proof before believing. Each reflection holds emotion, each one a chapter of your being. And with every act of recognition, more light returns to you, each acceptance a breath of rebirth. The air around you thickens with golden radiance. You feel the temple's hum resonate through your bones. Then the final mirror calls to you. Its surface is not silver or gold. It's pure light, too bright to gaze into directly. You hesitate, sensing that this last reflection is not another version of you, but the essence beneath them all. The guide's presence returns, a gentle whisper, "This is the mirror of origin. Step forward, and see not who you were, but what you are." You move closer. The light envelops you, and for a heartbeat, everything dissolves. There is no hall, no mirrors, no guide, only the vast awareness of existence itself. You see galaxies birthing themselves, oceans rising and falling, the endless breath of creation flowing through you. You are not separate from it. You are the current, the witness, and the spark all at once. In this luminous expanse, you feel the ancient truth resound. You are never broken. You are only unfolding. The realization floods you with serenity. Every cell of your being vibrates with harmony. The light within and around you merge completely. There is no inside or outside, only radiant unity. Slowly, the vision softens. The mirrors fade into mist, leaving only the soft glow of the temple heart. You find yourself standing once again in stillness, wrapped in a subtle cocoon of light. But this time, it's not confinement, it's integration. You have become the light that once held you. From the quiet beyond thought, the guide's voice returns. You have reclaimed your fragments. The self you sought was never lost, only waiting to be seen. Now, step into the Chamber of Renewal, where the light will breathe you anew. You bow your head slightly, gratitude rising like warmth through your chest. With a single breath, you turn toward the luminous passage opening ahead. It pulses gently, invitingly. You step forward, feeling both ancient and newborn as you cross the threshold. The light shifts once more, becoming softer, deeper, like the glow of dawn before awakening. And the whisper of the universe follows you into the next chapter of your becoming. You are not ending. You are beginning again. The passage opens before you like the inhale of eternity. The air is luminous, vibrating with a color you can feel more than see, somewhere between gold and dawn. You cross the threshold and find yourself inside a vast circular chamber, the walls alive with slow waves of light that breathe with you. Every motion you make seems to echo back in radiant pulses, as though the entire space recognizes your existence. You take a step forward. Beneath your feet, the floor feels soft, almost liquid, and ripples of light spread outward in concentric circles. You realize this chamber isn't solid. It's alive, conscious, attuned to every heartbeat and thought. When you inhale, it glows brighter. When you exhale, it softens into tranquil calm. It's as though your very breath has become the rhythm of the universe. In the center of the room lies a pool of pure energy. It is still, glass-like, but within its depths swirl galaxies of light, memories of creation, fragments of dreams yet to be born. The guide's voice, now part of your own inner knowing, whispers, "This is the source of renewal. To be reborn, you must merge with it, not as one who seeks, but as one who remembers." You kneel before the pool, feeling waves of serenity radiate into your palms. The surface flickers, mirroring your reflection, but this time it shows no human form, only the shape of light in motion. You see the pattern of your essence, the pure architecture of your being, woven from luminous threads that extend infinitely into everything. For a long moment, you simply breathe, watching the energy shimmer with your rhythm. Then, guided by instinct deeper than thought, you lean forward and let your fingers touch the surface. The energy yields, warm and infinite, and suddenly your awareness expands outward like a wave meeting the shore of the cosmos. You fall, not downward, but inward, into the pool of light. The moment you submerge, you cease to be a body. You are motion itself, a current of awareness flowing through galaxies of memory. The sensation is beyond words, beyond time. Every experience, every fragment of your existence, flows around you like rivers returning to the ocean. You see the moments of your life as ripples on the same surface, beautiful, brief, necessary. You see the pain you once resisted, not as punishment, but as a sculptor shaping the edges of your strength. You drift deeper. The light around you grows brighter, more intelligent, until it feels as if it knows you completely. It sees your story, your longing, your hidden fears, and accepts them all without judgment. Within this radiant understanding, you realize that love was never something to be earned. It was always the foundation of everything, the quiet hum beneath every heartbeat. A sense of dissolution begins, not loss, but transformation. The boundaries between self and source blur. You feel as though you are being rewritten in the language of light. Old codes of limitation fade, replaced by pure coherence. You understand now that rebirth is not about becoming something new, but remembering the truth that was always there, hidden beneath layers of forgetting. The light speaks, not in words, but in resonance. You are the bridge between stillness and motion, between silence and sound. You are never apart from the source. You are its living continuation. Something stirs deep within you, a pulse of radiant awareness. It begins as a single spark, then multiplies, spreading through your entire field until every atom of your being vibrates with luminous purpose. You realize the transformation is complete. You are no longer seeking light, you are emanating it. Gradually, the current releases you. You rise from the pool, reforming into familiar shape, though lighter, freer, transparent to the glow that flows through you. Your skin feels like sunlight, your breath like harmony. Every movement creates ripples of calm that spread endlessly outward. You stand in silence, feeling the chamber breathe with you, no longer separate but symbiotic. The guide's presence appears once more, not as another being, but as a mirror within your heart. You have crossed the threshold of remembrance, it says. The next passage will carry you back to the world, but the world will never look the same again. You bow, a gesture of gratitude that flows naturally, and as you lift your gaze, a doorway opens ahead, a gateway woven of radiant threads. Beyond it lies the sound of distant wind, the faint call of the outer world. You realize this journey was never an escape from life, but a preparation to return to it renewed, conscious, awake. You take one last breath of the chamber's golden air. The light within you answers in harmony, and as you step toward the passage of return, you hear the gentle voice of creation whisper through every cell of your being. You are the light remembering itself. You stand at the threshold of the Chamber of Renewal, feeling the subtle pulse of the universe echo through your breath. The radiant doorway ahead glows like a living sunrise, soft yet immeasurable in depth. Behind you, the golden stillness of the temple hums quietly, like the final heartbeat of a dream before waking. The guide's presence lingers, a frequency of calm wrapped around your awareness. It is time, the voice whispers. Carry the light outward. You step forward, and the air shifts. The luminous passage ripples around you, and suddenly the sensation of gravity returns, not as weight, but as grounding. The world forms itself again. The desert stretches beneath your feet. The vast sky opens above, painted in the soft hues of dawn. But everything is different now. The wind itself feels alive, whispering the rhythm of your breath. Every grain of sand seems to glow with silent knowing. You look at your hands, translucent at first, still shimmering with inner radiance. The light within you begins to harmonize with the outer world, blending seamlessly, becoming invisible yet eternal. You sense that nothing around you is truly separate. Everything is made of the same luminous thread that hums within your being. You take a deep breath. It feels like your first real breath. The air fills your lungs with the sweetness of life, carrying both silence and song. You realize that awakening is not an escape from reality. It is the deep embrace of it. The temple, the guides, the cocoon of light, they were not places outside you. They were reflections of your own consciousness, revealing itself through symbols, through the poetry of the mind. You begin to walk again, though the desert no longer feels empty. The horizon glows with a soft golden arc, and each step you take leaves a faint shimmer behind, as if the earth is recording your presence in light. The old self, the one who once carried fear and doubt, is gone, not erased, but integrated. Its lessons now pulse quietly within your wisdom. You carry every past version of yourself as light carries color, invisible yet essential. In the distance, a small structure appears, the entrance you once passed through. But as you approach, you notice it's no longer stone. It's made of pure radiance, transparent and endless. The temple, once an inner realm, now mirrors into the world itself. You realize that the boundary between inner and outer was always an illusion. The same divine architecture that shaped your transformation shapes the universe around you. You pause at the edge of the glowing threshold, looking out over the desert. The world awaits you, not demanding, not rushing, just waiting in quiet acceptance. A single beam of sunlight breaks through the clouds, striking the sands in a line of gold that leads toward the horizon. You feel the call, the invitation to live this awareness, to walk as a bearer of light among those still searching for it. The guide's voice returns one final time, faint but eternal. Remember, the journey was never about becoming light. It was about realizing you already are. Wherever you walk, the temple walks with you. Wherever you breathe, the source breathes through you. You close your eyes and let the wind move through your hair. For a brief, timeless moment, everything becomes still again. Then, with the calm certainty of rebirth, you open your eyes to a world renewed, not because it changed, but because you did. Each color seems deeper now. Each sound holds resonance. Even silence feels full, alive with quiet intelligence. You smile, not from joy alone, but from recognition. The light you once sought has never left. It has simply learned to see through your eyes. You take your first step back into the world, fully awake, wholly alive, wrapped not in cloth, but in the invisible fabric of consciousness itself. Every breath becomes a prayer of gratitude. Every heartbeat becomes a drum of creation. And as you walk toward the horizon, the whisper of the universe travels with you, an eternal mantra echoing through your soul. You are the dawn that never ends. The horizon stretches endlessly, bathed in a faint glow that is neither dawn nor dusk. It hovers in that liminal space where time seems to breathe, holding its own rhythm. You stand at the edge of this quiet expanse, aware of an invisible invitation to step beyond the known, to surrender the weight of what you think you are, and to become a witness to the light that waits. The desert sand shifts beneath your feet as though acknowledging your presence, each grain vibrating with the same subtle hum that rises from the universe itself. Every inhalation draws a warmth deep into your chest, a gentle reminder that you are alive, and yet more than alive. You are consciousness itself, poised on the threshold of transformation. The air carries the faint scent of myrrh and dry earth, mingling in a rhythm that feels like a heartbeat of creation. Somewhere beneath your skin, a voice stirs, quiet, insistent, infinite, whispering, "It is time to let go." With each step forward, the world seems to respond. The desert itself begins to shimmer faintly, waves of light folding across the sand like liquid memory. The burdens you carry, the fears, regrets, attachments, feel heavier as they surface, yet paradoxically, the act of acknowledgement begins to release them. You sense that this journey is not about forgetting or escaping. It is about encountering every shadow and allowing it to dissolve into the light. Ahead rises a structure, half temple, half sanctuary. Its walls glint with a color that seems spun from moonlight itself, soft yet radiant. There is no door to open, no threshold to cross in a conventional sense. The space itself seems to breathe, pulsing gently in anticipation. As you approach, the hum of the desert grows into a subtle chorus of resonance, synchronizing with the rhythm of your heart. You realize that this sanctuary exists not outside of you, but within, a physical manifestation of your inner consciousness calling you home. At the center of the temple rests a pedestal, bare but for a length of cloth that glows faintly, threads weaving in a pattern of light and shadow. Your hand reaches instinctively toward it. The moment your fingers brush the fabric, a warmth spreads up your arm, settling into your chest and spine. It is not a heat that burns, but one that opens, one that reminds you of the quiet strength that has always existed within. The voice returns, now resonating within every cell. To awaken, you must first be still. You kneel upon the cool stone floor, the cloth resting across your lap. Closing your eyes, you feel the room's light seep through your eyelids, painting the darkness with subtle, shifting patterns. The patterns speak, not in words but in feeling. They remind you of all that you have been, all that you have carried, and all that you are ready to release. A gentle wave passes through your body with each breath, loosening the grip of old thoughts, dissolving tension, and allowing awareness to expand beyond the confines of time or identity. The temple breathes with you. Each inhale draws the luminous threads into your chest. Each exhale releases what no longer serves you. Layers of tension and fear that have clung to your mind begin to unravel, and you sense the cocoon of light slowly enveloping you. This cocoon is not a prison, but a sanctuary, a space where transformation is allowed to occur without force or expectation. Within it, time becomes elastic. Moments stretch and compress, memories rise and fall like tides, yet you remain anchored in an inner calm deeper than anything you have ever known. Shadows of the past drift before you like distant stars, moments of failure, hurt, and doubt, yet also of wonder, love, and triumph. You observe each fragment with neutrality, allowing it to pass through the light that now wraps you. The cocoon begins to pulse gently, a rhythm in sync with your heartbeat and the ambient resonance of the temple. You feel as though you are floating between worlds, the world of form and the world of essence, yet anchored by the steady core of your consciousness. A whisper emerges from the light, faint at first, then clear. You are being rewritten. Not erased, not lost, only realigned with the truth of what you are. The cloth that once rested lightly across your lap now seems to flow into you, threads of light weaving through your limbs and spine. It is a gentle pressure, a reminder that surrender does not mean weakness, it means trust. The self you have known, with its attachments, identities, and expectations, softens, dissolving into threads of energy that are absorbed into the glowing fabric of the cocoon. Your awareness begins to stretch beyond your body. You perceive the temple as it truly is, a living organism, alive with intelligence and purpose, attuned to your journey. The walls pulse, the floor hums, and the air shivers with subtle currents of consciousness. You realize that you are not merely inside the temple. You are part of it, and it is part of you. The fabric of your being begins to harmonize with the energy of this sacred space. A deep, slow peace fills your awareness. Every shadow, every tension, every lingering trace of fear begins to melt into light. You feel the boundaries of self softening, no longer rigid or separate, but porous and permeable. You are suspended in a luminous pause, fully present, fully awake, yet utterly weightless. The voice of the temple resonates one final time, threading through every fiber of your consciousness. When the old self is still, the new self awakens. And in that stillness, you sense the first stirrings of transformation, a pulse beneath your ribs, a subtle vibration through your mind. Something ancient and eternal has recognized your presence. You are poised on the brink of becoming, the cocoon around you alive with potential, and the horizon of your consciousness stretching endlessly, ready to unfold. The cocoon of light surrounding you begins to thrum gently, a rhythm that mirrors the pulse of the universe itself. Every breath you take resonates with this inner cadence, and with each exhale, a fragment of the old self dissolves into radiant energy. The parts of you that clung to fear, doubt, and limitation rise to the surface, not as burdens but as echoes calling to be acknowledged. You sense that transformation is not about erasing these fragments, it is about embracing them, giving them light so they may integrate and return to wholeness. The temple around you pulses in harmony, its walls shimmering as though aware of your journey. Shadows begin to drift across the glowing floor, forming shapes from your past. Moments of failure, times of sorrow, the faces of people you loved and lost. Each shadow carries memory, and each memory carries lesson. You do not turn away. Instead, you breathe deeply and allow yourself to meet each one with openness. With every acknowledgement, a ripple of golden light spreads through the cocoon, weaving these fragments into the fabric of your new self. You sense the first of the inner guides approaching. A figure of pure light, its form shifting and flowing, moves effortlessly within the cocoon. There is no need for words. The presence itself communicates understanding, patience, and deep recognition. It gestures to the shadows around you, guiding your attention to each fragment that needs to be seen. You feel no judgment, no pressure, only a quiet invitation to reconcile, to forgive, to release. One shadow rises, a version of yourself burdened by anger and resentment. You feel its weight pressing against your chest, a tight knot of energy that has lingered for years. The guide's presence flows through your awareness like a gentle stream, and the whisper comes, "See this, acknowledge it, and let it merge with the light." You take a deep breath and focus your awareness, extending compassion to the part of you that once fought, raged, and resisted. Slowly, the anger softens, then dissolves, returning to the light. The cocoon vibrates with warmth, a subtle reminder that integration is not loss, it is harmony. Another shadow emerges, this one smaller, fragile, trembling with doubt and fear. You recognize it instantly, the child within, hesitant, unsure, carrying wounds unspoken. You kneel, drawing the inner light closer, and speak silently, "I see you. You are safe. You are whole." The child's form shimmers, its edges blurring into brilliance, merging seamlessly with the cocoon's energy. The weight of old insecurities lifts from your mind, leaving only clarity, serenity, and a deepening sense of self-acceptance. The cocoon pulses again, stronger now, flowing through your arms, legs, and spine. Your awareness expands beyond your physical form. You realize that the cocoon is not a barrier, but a bridge, connecting your inner self to the cosmic energy that pervades everything. You are both participant and witness, flowing with the rhythm of the temple, suspended between the tangible and the infinite. Time begins to dissolve. Moments stretch and fold upon themselves, memories rising and falling like gentle waves. You see entire threads of your life, choices made, paths taken, doors closed and opened. You sense that nothing is wasted. Every experience has contributed to this unfolding. Each moment becomes a luminous thread, weaving a tapestry of your existence within the cocoon of light. The guide reappears, closer now, and gestures toward a passage that shimmers faintly in the distance, a corridor of flowing luminescence. The hall of mirrors awaits, the presence conveys. There you will meet all fragments of yourself and call them home. You feel a mixture of anticipation and apprehension. The journey so far has been gentle, yet the next stage promises confrontation with the full depth of your being. Taking a deep, centering breath, you rise. The cocoon flows around you, not holding, but supporting. Your steps are light yet purposeful. As you move, the shadows you have reconciled trail behind like dissolved echoes, leaving a trail of golden light that marks your passage. The closer you approach the hall, the more you sense the convergence of inner and outer, the merging of self with the infinite energy that has always been present. The entrance to the Hall of Mirrors opens before you, a vast arch of pure, vibrating light. The reflections shimmer faintly, revealing glimpses of yourself not as you appear to the world, but as you are within. The guide's presence lingers at the threshold, a reminder that you are not alone. You step forward with calm assurance, feeling the light of the cocoon fuse with the radiant field of the hall. The first mirror appears. Its surface ripples like liquid silver. You see a version of yourself burdened by expectations and fear, the mask you wore to survive in a world that demanded performance. You meet its gaze, acknowledging it, and whisper, "I see you. Thank you for carrying this for me." The reflection shimmers, dissolving into radiant threads of energy, weaving seamlessly into the fabric of your consciousness. You continue, mirror after mirror, encountering every fragment, the doubter, the dreamer, the one who once trembled in the dark. With each acknowledgement, integration occurs. The old selves do not vanish. They transform, returning to the light from which all life flows. A warmth spreads through you with each merging, a resonance that reverberates through the cocoon and the hall itself. A final mirror emerges, larger and more luminous than the rest. Its surface glows like a sun captured in stillness, radiating infinite awareness. The guide's whisper reaches you. This is the mirror of origin. Step forward. See yourself as you truly are. With measured breath, you approach. The light envelops you, dissolving the boundary between self and reflection. You are no longer separate. You are not a collection of fragments, but a living, radiant whole. The hall hums with recognition, and within this expansive light, you sense the eternal pulse of creation flowing through you. For the first time, you feel complete. Every shadow reconciled, every fragment embraced. You are not new, you are whole. The light that once held you now flows from you outward, radiating infinite calm, strength, and clarity. And in this moment, the whisper of the temple resonates inside your mind and heart. You are ready. Step into the Chamber of Renewal. The light will breathe you anew. The entrance to the Hall of Mirrors stretches before you like a threshold to eternity. Its arch shimmers with light that pulses softly, responding to your breath and heartbeat. Stepping across it, you feel the cocoon of your inner light expand, merging with the energy that fills this sacred space. The hall is vast, infinite, walls lined with mirrors that ripple like liquid silver. Yet these are no ordinary reflections. They are fragments of consciousness, moments of memory, echoes of your being both remembered and forgotten. Your first step echoes softly, yet carries the weight of lifetimes. The air hums with subtle resonance, and you realize that the hall itself is alive, aware of every thought, every heartbeat, every fragment of self entering it. Shadows of the past, old patterns, and long-forgotten fears shimmer on the mirrored surfaces. You do not flinch. Instead, you breathe deeply and step closer to the first mirror. In its silvered depths, you see the self that once sought perfection, a mask carved from fear of judgment, wrapped in anxiety and doubt. The reflection's eyes are heavy with expectation and fatigue. You do not recoil. You extend your inner awareness and whisper, "I see you. You served a purpose. Thank you." Slowly, the mirror ripples and the image dissolves into strands of golden light, weaving into the cocoon surrounding you. A gentle warmth spreads through your chest as the integration occurs. Another mirror shimmers ahead, revealing the shadow of anger and resentment you once carried. It coils tightly, protective, defensive, a fragment of self that resisted hurt and injustice. You step forward, feeling the tension resonate within your own body. The guide's presence flows through you. Witness it, honor it, then release it. You inhale fully, letting compassion fill the spaces that anger once occupied. As you exhale, the shadow melts into radiant energy, joining the growing harmony inside you. You move through the hall, mirror after mirror. You see the child who once dreamed without fear, now hesitant and guarded. You see the self that doubted, that feared the unknown, that trembled beneath life's weight. For each reflection, you extend awareness, gratitude, and forgiveness. With each act, threads of light weave these fragments back into your being, forming a luminous whole. You sense the echoes of past pain transforming into wisdom, the remnants of fear dissolving into calm. The hall seems to stretch endlessly, yet time feels suspended. You feel yourself moving not linearly, but through layers of consciousness, experiencing past, present, and possibility simultaneously. Each mirror reflects a facet of your identity, and yet as you merge with them, you sense that the multiplicity is an illusion. The core of self has always been singular, radiant, eternal. Then, at the far end of the hall, a mirror larger and more luminous than the rest awaits. Its surface radiates pure light, too bright to focus on directly. You recognize it instantly as the mirror of origin, the reflection of your essence beneath all fragments and illusions. The guide's presence whispers, "Step forward. See not who you were, but what you are." You approach, heart steady, awareness expanding. As you touch the surface, the light does not repel but embraces you. You feel yourself dissolving, yet not disappearing. All fragments of self, fear, doubt, anger, joy, love, merge into the luminous expanse. You become motion, vibration, awareness itself. Every shadow reconciles, every lesson integrates, and a profound sense of wholeness envelops you. In this state, you perceive the interconnectedness of all things. You are not only yourself, but every choice, every moment, every ripple of energy that has ever flowed through your life. The mirrors no longer reflect separation, they reflect unity. You realize the self you sought outside has always been within, waiting to be remembered. Time softens further. The hall hums with quiet approval, and the cocoon of light that envelops you expands to fill the space. You feel a profound gratitude, a recognition that the journey is not over, but transformed. You are ready for the next stage, the Chamber of Renewal, where the light will solidify the rebirth of your consciousness and guide you to emerge renewed into the world. The guide's presence resonates one final time inside the hall. You have reclaimed your fragments. You are whole. Step forward and let the light breathe you anew. With a deep breath, you move toward the glowing doorway ahead, leaving the hall of mirrors behind, carrying every fragment now harmonized into the radiant wholeness of your being. You step through the threshold, leaving the hall of mirrors behind. The air changes instantly, rich with warmth, vibrating with the quiet energy of transformation. The Chamber of Renewal is vast, circular, and luminous, the walls alive with gentle waves of light that pulse like a heartbeat. It is neither sky nor earth, yet you feel grounded as if the chamber itself is the axis of all existence. Here, time is neither linear nor urgent. Every moment stretches, folds, and flows, inviting you into a deep, unhurried presence. Beneath your feet, the floor glimmers as if liquid light has hardened just enough to hold you. Each step sends ripples across the surface, subtle waves of energy that respond to your inner rhythm. The chamber is alive, not in the ordinary sense, but in the sense that it resonates with consciousness itself. You are aware of your breath, your heartbeat, your subtle movements, yet they feel as expansive as galaxies. Every cell within you hums in harmony with the chamber, a soft resonance that penetrates deep into your core. At the center lies a pool of radiant energy. Its surface is still and reflective, yet within its depths swirl luminous threads that twist and spiral like galaxies in miniature. The guide's voice resonates within you. This is the source of renewal. To be reborn, you must merge with it, not as one who seeks, but as one who remembers. You approach the pool, kneeling at its edge. The threads of light pulse gently in response to your presence, shifting and spiraling as if aware of your intention. You extend a hand, letting the tips of your fingers graze the surface. The pool yields, warm and alive, and a sensation spreads through your body, a deep recognition that you are simultaneously dissolving and expanding. You are not entering something foreign. You are remembering the truth that has always been within. As you submerge, consciousness expands beyond form. You are motion itself, energy itself, the pulse of creation flowing through you. Every memory, every choice, every emotion rises and falls within this current. You feel the old self dissolving, not destroyed, but reintegrated into a larger harmony. Fear, doubt, pain, and regret rise like waves, then merge seamlessly into the luminous current, becoming one with the eternal flow of light. Within the pool, you sense the essence of every being, every experience, all vibrating in unity. You are aware of the love that has always underpinned your existence, a quiet force that never demanded recognition, only presence. The light communicates not in words but in resonance. You are whole. You are complete. You are remembered. A spark ignites deep within your chest, spreading outward in waves. The energy flows through every nerve, every muscle, every atom. You feel light forming the contours of your being, not imposed from outside, but emanating from the truth of yourself. You are alive, luminous, and infinitely expansive. Gradually, you rise from the pool, your body reforming in the familiar shape of yourself, though transformed. The cocoon of light now surrounds you lightly, no longer restrictive but integrative. Every movement, every breath resonates with a new rhythm, a gentle harmony between your inner radiance and the outer world. The chamber hums in response, and you understand that the transformation is complete. You have reclaimed your fragments, harmonized your shadows, and integrated the lessons of all that you were. The guide's presence manifests subtly within your awareness, not as a being separate from you, but as the reflection of your renewed self. You are ready. The world awaits, but it will no longer be the same. Neither will you. Step forward and carry this light into life. You take a deep breath, the chamber responding with a subtle, almost imperceptible glow that echoes your inner rhythm. The doorway ahead opens into the desert beyond, the familiar horizon now suffused with new light. You step forward, each motion effortless, yet profound. The desert feels alive, each grain of sand humming with recognition. The wind brushes against your skin, carrying the song of creation, the quiet intelligence of the universe. Every color seems deeper now, every sound richer, every silence full. You are aware of yourself as simultaneously finite and infinite, human yet eternal, flowing yet grounded. The chamber of renewal recedes behind you, but its essence remains woven into the very fabric of your being. You have been reborn, not as something new, but as the truth that has always been. And as you move toward the horizon, the whisper of the universe follows you, threading through your consciousness. You are the light remembering itself. You are the dawn that never ends. The doorway ahead shimmers gently, the familiar desert stretching into the horizon, yet somehow transformed. The light you once sought outside now flows from within you, no longer confined to inner chambers but radiating outward, merging with the world around you. Each breath feels deeper, fuller, resonating with the rhythm of the universe. The wind carries a faint hum of recognition, acknowledging the presence of one who has returned from the depths of consciousness reborn. You step forward, and the ground beneath you responds subtly, glowing with each footfall. The desert is not empty, it is alive with quiet awareness. Grains of sand vibrate gently under your weight, small pulses echoing the harmony you carry. You are aware now of your presence as an extension of everything, each movement an act of subtle creation, each breath a rhythm in the song of life. Looking at your hands, you see the subtle radiance that flows through them. It is not visible in the conventional sense, yet unmistakably present, a luminous energy that communicates both calm and strength. You realize that the cocoon that once held you has now become the essence of your being, a soft, unending glow that aligns your inner and outer worlds. The guide's voice whispers from within, "You are whole. You are light." Bring this harmony into every step. You continue across the desert, noticing subtle changes. The horizon glows warmer, the wind carries faint harmonics, and even the sand seems to shimmer in recognition of your presence. Your mind feels clear, yet expansive. Every thought that arises is observed without attachment, every emotion acknowledged and harmonized into the flow of your being. You understand now that rebirth does not erase life, it integrates it, allowing you to move through it with grace, awareness, and serenity. As you walk, fragments of the past surface in memory, not as burdens, but as luminous threads within the tapestry of your consciousness. The self that feared, the self that doubted, the self that resisted, all are now transformed, woven seamlessly into your being. Each fragment carries its lesson, and each lesson radiates as light through your body. You are no longer fragmented. You are whole, radiant, awake. A gentle warmth spreads from your chest outward, expanding with each step. It touches the desert around you, blending your inner glow with the outer world. You sense the interconnectedness of all things, the wind, the sand, the distant mountains, and the infinite sky. Everything pulses with life, responding to the energy of awareness you now carry. You are not merely returning, you are bringing forth a presence that transforms what you touch. Ahead, the small structure of the temple rises once more, not as a destination, but as a reflection of the inner journey completed. You approach, feeling no need to enter. Instead, you bow slightly in gratitude, acknowledging the sanctuary that nurtured your rebirth. The temple's walls pulse softly, a quiet affirmation. The journey within has been honored, and the journey without now begins. You look toward the horizon again. The sun breaks fully, bathing the desert in warm light. Every breath feels like a new creation. You step forward with intention, aware that life will now unfold differently. Challenges may arise, moments of doubt may still surface, but the light within you will always be present, a guiding current that transforms experience into awareness, fear into understanding, and limitation into possibility. The whisper of the universe follows each step. You are not ending. You are beginning again. You are the light that remembers itself. Every moment is an opportunity to radiate this truth. You feel the rhythm of the cosmos in your chest, the pulse of creation through your veins, the quiet knowing that you are lined with the infinite. Each heartbeat resonates outward, carrying the harmony of the Chamber of Renewal into the waking world. With every breath, you affirm, I am whole. I am radiant. I am awake. And so, with the horizon stretching endlessly ahead, the desert alive beneath your feet, and the inner light flowing freely, you step fully into life once more, not as one seeking transformation, but as one who has become it. The desert stretches endlessly, yet it no longer feels vast or empty. Every grain of sand glows faintly, vibrating in harmony with your inner light. The sky overhead is painted with infinite hues, each color shimmering subtly, resonating with the frequency of your awakening. You feel no separation between yourself and this world. The line between inner and outer has dissolved. You are motion, consciousness, light, and yet you are fully present, grounded, alive. As you walk, you sense that the radiance within you is no longer contained. It flows outward, touching everything it encounters. The wind carries it, the sand reflects it, and even the distant mountains seem to hum in recognition. Each step is not merely movement, it is a vibration, a pulse of creation in the fabric of reality. You are a living conduit, a bridge between stillness and motion, silence and sound, shadow and light. The memories of past selves arise softly, not as burdens, but as luminous threads integrated into your being. You see them as teachers, each one offering wisdom, each one a piece of the whole. The child who feared, the self that doubted, the one who once resisted, now they pulse with gentle energy, fully harmonized within the light. You realize that the journey was never about becoming something new, but remembering the truth that has always existed within you. Ahead, the horizon glows brighter, as if anticipating your arrival. You notice the subtle pulse of life in every detail, the shimmer of sand, the soft brush of wind, the faint call of distant birds. The world itself seems alive, reflecting the inner harmony you now carry. The guide's voice returns, not as a separate presence, but as the resonance of your own awareness. You are the light. You are the source. You are eternal. You pause, taking a deep breath, feeling the infinite rhythm of life flow through you. Your awareness expands in all directions, encompassing not only your own being but the entirety of existence. You sense the energy of creation itself, infinite and unbroken, moving through you as you move through it. Every moment is alive. Every moment is sacred. Every moment is an opportunity to radiate this truth. A subtle warmth spreads from your chest outward, filling your entire field of perception. You realize that the light you carry is not yours alone. It is the reflection of all that has been, all that is, and all that will be. It is the energy that binds life together, flowing endlessly, connecting all things. You are no longer a vessel seeking light. You are the radiance itself, eternal, infinite, unbounded. The desert, once a symbol of journey and seeking, now feels like home. Every grain, every breeze, every whisper of movement resonates with the harmony of your consciousness. You are both observer and participant, the eternal witness and the living current. You walk, not toward a destination, but as the embodiment of awareness itself. Each step is a declaration of wholeness, a pulse of infinite potential. You take one last deep breath, feeling the eternal flow of light within and around you. Every shadow is reconciled, every fragment harmonized, every layer of self integrated. You are no longer seeking. You are not striving. You are simply radiant, fully alive, fully aware, fully yourself. And as the horizon stretches endlessly before you, the universe whispers a truth you now carry in every heartbeat. You are the dawn that never ends. You are light, eternal and unbroken. You are whole. You are awake. You are radiant. With that realization, you walk forward, flowing seamlessly with the rhythm of existence, carrying the light of transformation into every moment, every step, and every breath, forever renewed.